Hi, my name is Kevin Klee. I'm with Game Day Skins, and I thought I would put together a video of me demonstrating an install of a Skinz. So this is a Speed Flex from Riddell. In full transparency, the only thing that's missing from this helmet, because it's no longer used, are the ear pads. So I just want to make sure that we're clear on that. So first things first, we're starting with a white helmet. We're going to make this a black helmet. So what is the first thing? Before I go any further, I want to make sure I talk about the tools. So number one is a Riddell tool, helmet tool. Number two would be a Phillips screwdriver. And number three, maybe not something you would think of, is just a pen. And so before I even get started, what I'm going to do with the pen is I'm going to mark on the chin strap where I'm just going to make two lines right there. So now I know when I put the chin strap back on, I know how far to go, so I can avoid having to adjust it with the child's head in there. So first things first, we're going to take off the face mask. So as you can see, it's got the quick release tools in there, or the fasteners. So I'm going to pop that in, and then I'm just going to pull this off. Make sure you keep good track of your hardware. These washers on the inside, sometimes they will, sometimes they will not fall out, but just make sure you don't want to have to dig that out of the helmet. So I'm going to do the other side here. And again, keep track of your hardware. Here's my washer. And go to this side. As you can see, it just goes pretty quick. You just want to make sure that you're keeping track of what you're pulling in, or taking off rather, and what you're putting in. So, all right, now we're good with the face mask rather. So we're going to set that to the side here for a second, and now we're going to work on the chin strap. So this is attached just with the Phillips screwdriver head right there. So I'm going to pull this out, and keep in mind I would have had already marked the chin strap, so I know how far to go, how far to pull it. There we go. And this has just like a little clip on it. You got to kind of rotate it when you put it back in, just so you know. On the other side of this, or on the other strap, is a circular piece, and that's what this circular end is for. So I'm just going to get it loose enough that I should be able to do the rest with my fingers. There we are. Again, keep track of your hardware. Now when we put this back in, I'll show you the tip of that screw is not very tall. So when we put this back in, this plastic piece, we're going to do everything we can to make sure that's flush up against the helmet. All right, so bear with me here as I work on the other side of the chin straps. There we go. Phillips screwdriver. Like I said, we've got our marks there. All right. I got my hardware. So now we've got just the shell. All right. So first things first, on the install the Skinz, I want to make sure that I'm pulling this down so I can slide the Skinz underneath the bumper here. All right, here is our black Skinz. This is very simple. This is the easiest part. We're just going to slide it on rather, from the back all the way on. We're underneath that bumper. We're good there. We just kind of make sure that's a little more tight now. And then on the sides, you've got these little grips that just kind of come around the jaw pad area. So, do that. Don't get so hung up on all these have to be so tight and over the helmet, because you're not going to be able to see it. You're not even going to be able to see it from the sideline, let alone the stands. All right. So now we're going to go in reverse order. So the first thing that I would recommend putting on is the chin strap. So start here, and I'm going to go right by this, and I don't know if you can see, but I've got a couple of marks on the chin strap. So I want to make sure I grab the correct side rather. All right, and like I said, this kind of goes in, and you got to kind of rotate it around. So bear with me here. I'm gonna so I can see where the hole is and where the stripes are. Phillips screwdriver. And make sure it's catching the thread. Sometimes whatever it threads into can pull away. So I got that. And again, this is the hard part, is with this plastic piece, we want it to be flush up against the white part of that helmet. And so these skins are designed to be very tight and secure. So you may need to kind of work this in there. You may even need to kind of pull the skins away and then reattach it. But all I'm trying to do is make sure that I can get that plastic piece flush in there. There we go. Now I can feel it. All right. Because the screw, like I said, is not very long. Then we can tighten it with our hands, and we can secure it with this tool. There we go. Now we're going to work the other side. I'll go ahead and start with the plastic piece first. Make sure it's nice and flush up against the helmet. There we go. Get it started. Just be very careful. You don't want to lose hardware into the helmet. Tighten it. There we go. And again, I've got marks on the chin straps so I can see where it needs to go. Take out the screw. Make sure the strap is in the right place. Good. Make sure this is going to go into the threading. Yeah, it's having a hard time catching, so. There we go. Now the face mask. Now I didn't point this out earlier, but the face mask hinges, you want to make sure are pointed to the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up with this hole. I'm going to make sure that there's a washer on the inside. That is what grips the quick release tool. And then just line it up with the holes. Sometimes the face mask can be a little awkward. It's all right, figure it out. So here's where the quick release. I'm going to try to get close to the camera here. So I need to push in this quick release button with one of the stems that comes off the tool. Okay, now I can feel the washer with my other finger, and I'm going to take the butt of the tool and push in. And you can usually hear it click when it does go in. Get another quick release. Get my tool. Okay. You can hear it click. There we go. Oh, my watch was stuck. All right. Get a washer. Quick release. Screw. My tool. The butt. Not sure that went in. I think it did. Yep, went in. And the last one. And we have converted our helmet from a white helmet to a black helmet. And we're good to go. Let me know if you have any questions.